On the off chance that we clear out the lines, the most hypnotizing star I perceive is the star that could confuse our sky. It is this one, Scarab Juice or Scarab Pummel. It's a red, extremely huge star. Besides, on the ambiguous chance that you put it where the sun is, it would loosen up to the orbit of Jupiter. It's tremendous, totally capricious, and going to detonate. It's not so clear as it gives off an impression of being in the universe. These Goliath events, like the generally nonsensically dreaded huge starbursts, could shake all that we see. Also, notwithstanding, do whatever it takes not to see its center. Betelgeuse has been viewed as a sign, a red, very giant star that is ordinarily more huge than our sun. Brian Cox and other space experts figure it could go supernova, which has made individuals terrified about what will happen straight away. The James Webb Space Telescope is taking stunning photos of the star, raising the subject of when Betelgeuse will transform into a supernova and what titanic influence it will have on Earth. We should sort out the star in the wonderful body Orion that sparkles so brilliantly that, indeed, even people from some time in the past have seen it. The superb star Scarab Juice is arranged on the eastern shoulder of the heavenly body Orion. It is the second largest star in the star grouping, and its name comes from this element, the beast shoulder. It is possibly one of the most splendid stars in the evening sky. On top of being incredibly splendid, the star is likewise an odd shade of red, which, as we will see, proposes inconvenience. We've had some gigantic experience with Betelgeuse for a long time. A Greek eyewitness named TMY likewise centered around it. Around that time, the essential thing individuals saw about stars was their variety, and TMY said that it was a frog stool-colored orange. In present-day times, experts have been zeroing in on the star all the more enthusiastically, and presently they have a splendid thought of what works. Everything out. Inquisitively, splendid. One of these characteristics is that the star changes its splendor a great deal, with a reasonable greatness of 0.6. Betelgeuse is a variable star, which implies that its brilliance changes over time. As of late, experts have found some new data about the star. In 2019, experts first saw that Betelgeuse was acting eccentrically. Even though creepy crawly juice didn't totally quit sparkling, it wasn't the same. It had turned out to be significantly less brilliant, sparkling at a degree of 1.6. Experts rapidly began to research why they were seeing the 10th most splendid star act in this eccentric way. Specialists expected to offer a bewildering clarification considering their research, which revealed uncommon signs from the star. As indicated by their discoveries, Betelgeuse could go supernova at any second. Brian Cox, a renowned researcher, shared this shockingly risky clarification as a recognized teacher of molecule physical science at the College of Manchester School of Physical Science and Cosmology. You shouldn't excuse his perspective as a joke. He likewise has a science show, composes well-known science books, and is the Royal Society teacher for public commitment with science. Brian Cox says that Betelgeuse is by all appearances a ticking time bomb since it could go off without advance notice. The James Webb Space Telescope has shown a legendary amount of proof to back up this clarification. However, what unusual signs has insect juice shown that have caused so much worry in space science? With the new data about Betelgeuse, the star has been named a supernova candidate. Notwithstanding the fact that experts are still uncertain when it will detonate, the reality that Scarab Juice is twice the mass of the Sun is one explanation for this classification. A star, as it's been said, should be a couple of times the mass of the Sun to be known as a supernova. Things get truly intriguing anyway because experts have utilized various instruments to explore Scarab Squeeze, for example, the James Webb Space Telescope and the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, to see what's going on in space around Betelgeuse. What they found is still a secret. It was brought into the world on August 31st, quite a while in the past. Around that time, the star insect Squeeze obviously marketed odd clues that made its future questionable. What did they find? Well, they could distinguish inquisitive light waves coming from the star or from Betelgeuse, which is extremely inquisitive. Anyway, it wasn't the only thing specialists saw from the star. This brings us to the probability that Betelgeuse is a star whose splendor changes once in a while. It was said that disturbing Betelgeuse obscured down at standard stretches and had dim spots, similar to our sun today. Anyway, the conditions are different. It changes from brilliant to dim 2 times as quickly as it used to, which is another pointer. It has gotten back to an astounding sign that experts tracked down. The star's diminishing cycle had hit a band of quality of 1.61 in February 2021. This was not long after the massive obscuring event. Survey how the star appeared to blur in a strange way in 2019. That is, since it's now known as the unprecedented obscuring. We could see that the staggering obscuring was the beginning of Betelgeuse's strange behavior, which made many people stress that Betelgeuse planned to detonate. The scope of obscuring was 1.2 somewhere between 2019 and 2020, and the most diminished level of darkening ever recorded was in 2019. So, experts were sure that horrendous Betelgeuse would go supernova in the following 100,000 years in perspective of the unprecedented obscuring. There is a part occurring in the universe, so this is really amazing. Examiners immediately changed their viewpoints, anyway, when they saw what occurred next. Insect juice got brighter again after the unbelievable darkening, and it changed into something undeniably more striking. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astronomy says that the star is currently 150% more brilliant than normal, making it the 7th most brilliant star. Experts were terrified when they saw a red sparkle in the southern part of the sky. Today, it still gets really fascinating since this has prompted unique contemplations about what caused the unimaginable obscuring. First, it's vital to take note of that not all stars have the red sparkle of Betelgeuse. The red sparkle of Betelgeuse implies that it's a red, very giant star, which is the last period of a star's life and demise. The red sparkle, on the other hand, is caused by a surface temperature of around 3,500 Kelvin, which is a lot cooler than the external layer of the sun, which is 5,500 Kelvin. Since insect juice is cooler than our sun, it emanates less energy per unit of surface region. All things considered, it is more enormous and will explode. Now let's look at what the extraordinary obscuring looked like. Brian Cox asks, does it really mean that scarab juice will go supernova? As a fact, the way that Betelgeuse is a red, very giant star already showed that it is close to the furthest limit of its life as a star. A star that is passing on will likewise oftentimes debilitate over time, which is something experts get. Anyway, Betelgeuse's new, astonishing behavior has made specialists center all the more seriously. Also, numerous telescopes are presently zeroing in on the remarkable obscuring. Still, things get considerably more intriguing because specialists. Its eventual fate still remains a mystery. The truth is, Betelgeuse's behavior has captured the attention of scientists and astronomers around the world as they try to decode the signs it's giving off. The possibility of a supernova remains uncertain, and while many believe it could happen in the coming centuries, no one knows exactly when. For now, the star continues to exhibit strange behaviors, with fluctuating brightness and unexpected phenomena like the unprecedented darkening event. Scientists are constantly monitoring Betelgeuse using the most advanced telescopes and instruments, hoping to uncover more clues about its future. What makes this situation even more exciting is the fact that if Betelgeuse does go supernova, it will be a spectacular and historic event, something humanity has never witnessed firsthand. We may not know exactly when this will happen, but the anticipation continues to grow, and researchers are dedicated to understanding every aspect of this enigmatic star. Until then, Betelgeuse remains a subject of fascination, offering both hope and concern for the future of our universe. Will it explode soon? Or will it continue to surprise us with new developments? Only time will tell. The star detonates, yet others trust it could happen significantly sooner, maybe within the following couple of years or even months. The remarkable information gathered by these strong telescopes, alongside the star's capricious way of behaving, has kept analysts restless. They are cautiously checking what is happening, utilizing each device at their disposal to identify any unpretentious changes that could show a cosmic explosion is on the way. When Betelgeuse does at long last explode, it will send shock waves through the universe, delivering an enormous measure of energy. The blast will momentarily surpass the whole cosmic system, apparent even from Earth, as brilliant as the full moon. While this occasion will be a great, enormous showcase, it won't present a prompt danger to Earth, as the star is found in excess of 600 light-years away. Anyway, the cosmic explosion will give a huge opportunity for scientists to concentrate on the last phases of a gigantic star's life and the peculiarities related to such a savage occasion. Betelgeuse's looming end isn't simply a logical interest. It's an indication of the endlessness and abnormality of the universe. Stars like Betelgeuse play an imperative role in the life cycle of galaxies, advancing the universe with the components vital for new stars, planets, and potentially life itself. The passing of such a star isn't an end, but maybe a transition, as it discharges heavy elements that will ultimately seed new heavenly systems. Meanwhile, researchers continue to observe Betelgeuse and its way of behaving, unwinding the secret of its future. With each new revelation, the secret grows, and our understanding of the universe expands. Maybe soon, we will witness one of the most rare events in the universe. Betelgeuse's change from a tremendous red supergiant into a dazzling cosmic explosion. Up to that point, the sky will remain a material of miracle, with Betelgeuse shining brilliantly, an image of the momentary nature of life in the universe. As we continue to observe Betelgeuse, the mystery surrounding its destiny grows. Space researchers are particularly centered around the way that this star is moving toward the finish of its life cycle and its unpredictable way of behaving. The truth that something is causing it to act so strangely is stirring great interest. It's important to remember that supernovae are not the last stage for all stars. For example, smaller stars like our Sun will take their lives in a much more settled way, shedding their outer layers and abandoning a white dwarf. Anyway, Betelgeuse is a gigantic red supergiant, and that means that when it dies, it will go out with a stupendous bang, totally different from the progressive diminishing of smaller stars. The sheer size of Betelgeuse makes it a fascinating subject for study, with a sweep on various occasions larger than the Sun. If it were placed at the center of our solar system, it would extend beyond the orbit of Mars. This provides you with a sense of exactly how tremendous it is, contrasted with the Sun, which is already a giant by the standards of most stars. The size of Betelgeuse means that it has consumed tremendous amounts of fuel throughout its life. As it approaches the end of its life, its center is quickly imploding under the power of gravity. This breakdown is what ultimately triggers the brutal blast of a cosmic explosion. The cycle leading to the blast of Betelgeuse is intricate. As it nears cosmic explosion status, the center of the star begins to contract and heat up while its outer layers grow and cool. This establishes an unstable environment with occasional fluctuations in brightness. These changes in brightness, like the dimming event seen in 2019, are signs that the star is entering a period of rapid change. This obscuring may be connected to an amazing flood of material from the star's surface, which briefly mists its light. Regardless of these variances, Betelgeuse continues to radiate light, but sporadically, making it a captivating object for study. The possibility that Betelgeuse might be a candidate for a nearby cosmic explosion has drawn the attention of space organizations and scientists worldwide. With current instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope and the Hubble Space Telescope, researchers are gathering an abundance of information on the star. These telescopes allow us to observe Betelgeuse in frequencies that were previously out of reach, like infrared and ultraviolet light, providing insights into the star's inner cycles. Furthermore, specialists are using advanced models to reproduce the behavior of massive stars like Betelgeuse. These models help researchers predict the star's future conduct and estimate the timetable for when it will detonate. While the exact timing of Betelgeuse's cosmic explosion remains uncertain, the current data suggests that it could happen in the near future. Some forecasts suggest that the blast could happen within the next few years, while others hypothesize that it may require a few thousand years. Regardless of the timeline, Betelgeuse's looming downfall will undoubtedly be a milestone event in the study of stellar evolution. Although the blast of Betelgeuse won't pose an immediate threat to Earth, it will still offer scientists a valuable opportunity to study the final moments of a massive star's life. By observing this event, astronomers will gain a deeper understanding of how large stars die and what happens when they go supernova. The remnants of the explosion will provide new elements and materials that will enrich the interstellar medium, contributing to the development of new stars and planets. In the end, Betelgeuse isn't just a star that is disappearing. It's a cosmic clock ticking down to a magnificent event. As scientists continue to observe this giant of the night sky, we are reminded of the marvels of the universe and the fragile balance that governs the lives of stars. Whether today, tomorrow, or millennia from now, when Betelgeuse finally reaches the end of its life, it will leave a legacy that will shape the universe for billions of years to come.